Yeah. Alright, just staying. Wait, are you going down? You don't wanna... Yeah, you can hop out. Don't know where you're at. You inside a... What kind of music does? Various different types. Yeah. Just threw a vehicle into the water with the cannons. That's where you're at. Alright, well, hang on, I'm gonna go see if Damien wants to get on. Here, join. What? Okay, it could survive multiple explosions, but it can't survive crashing into a helicopter. It can survive impacting the ground, but it can't survive hitting a helicopter. I find that hard to believe. You got a green shirt on now. Yeah. So, I guess don't run into any other aircraft while in the Avenger. On in well. Just the blood splatter on the side of my vehicle. Yeah. You see him? Is that the intersection? That's okay, you're gonna have to fire into the parking lot. It's under closed roof. There. Well, I mean, he fired a bunch of shots. Of course, one of them was gonna hit him. If he shot first time and hit him, yeah, that'd be a lucky shot, but... He's at the corner. He almost went over the edge. You know, one thing I've learned is if you want to be successful at gaming, you have to be terrible at gaming. But, I mean, good enough to where it's not just aggravatingly painful to watch, but, you know, bad enough to where people feel good about themselves watching you play. Every once in a while, you want to get them angry at you by just being very stupid and not knowing where you're going, where everyone knows where they're going. And it's plain painfully obvious, but don't do it too often. Of course, I'm not gonna do that just for views, because I don't really care that much about YouTube. If I were gonna do YouTube and actually make money from it, I would do a lot more than just play a game. I would actually get an editor who would edit the videos. I would record gameplay in the cinematic view area, and they'd be able to take that game footage, compress it down, and get usable footage from it, which is, it's kind of like how this other group of people do. I can't remember what their name is. It's not, Funhouse does it, and I think there's another group. They yeah, have to look them up. N&B Gaming. Those are the other guys who do it. And I like watching their videos because they do cinematic stuff. Thanos does it every once in a while, but not as much as they do. But that's the types of videos I want to make. Because they're entertaining to watch, and you can be good at gaming. But it requires to play certain games though, like GTA. Could probably play some VR games too, but you have to constantly be thinking of how is this gonna look cinematically. If you're doing VR, that is. Because it usually requires you to have a separate camera that you set off on the side. It's not necessarily cinematic, but it's a different camera view. It's not a first-person camera view. If you look to the left, you'll see the Vinewood sign. If you look to the right, you'll see a giant ball of radiation. It's not actually a ball, it's just a flat image in the sky. Alright, jump out when you can. You do know that you don't have to go to the back, right? Yeah. Yeah, you can jump out now. I got its location. If they added clubs to the game, would you find that more interesting than a naval DLC? Would you find like a club DLC more interesting than a naval DLC? Naval, like they would add aircraft carriers, large boats, capable of, like, they're like mini battleships in a sense. It's like, yeah, I'd like the boats more than the clubs, but the clubs would be pretty neat. Like nightclubs. Yeah. Like being able to purchase clubs. So yeah, I'd like that, you know. I mean, I would prefer, you know, being able to get both of them, but I would prefer the naval DLC over the clubs, especially if they added another island that you could do things at. I understand they're like, oh, they're not adding map expansions, but I mean, it's not in the normal sense of a map expansion. It's just more like adding to the map. That, like, I think a lot of the map expansion they're talking about is like going to a completely new area, you know. But I mean, adding a few new islands, that. Like it's not a huge city. If anything, just like a small town. Plus, we've seen Rockstar, you know, go back on the word many times before. They're like, oh yeah, we're not gonna add overpowered weaponry. Yeah, we're adding overpowered weaponry. We're not gonna add another heist DLC. We added a heist DLC. Another one. It's just like you said you weren't gonna do that, but then you did it. So at this point, anything can happen. And anything that Rockstar said they're not gonna do. I mean, Rockstar can make a single player DLC, even though they said they're not doing single player DLC. So the heist DLC, they're actually planning on doing that for the single player. The heist that came out, that was planned to be single player. Which, I mean, a lot of people were thinking, you know, oh, that was a missed opportunity, you know, it had a single player DLC, but at the same time, it would have been a missed opportunity not to have it in online. So, I mean, I don't know. I prefer it being online than in single player because I don't care that much about single player. Single player was nice, you know, whenever, you know, because it's got a good storyline. I'd like it if online had more of a storyline like how online does. Or, I mean, not how single player does. But, you know, that requires them to make an entirely new game. I hope that, like, the next GTA game is more, single player is more tied to online than this one was. Well, they could definitely do a single player that isn't exactly a single player. It doesn't have a one character per se. It just merely is a make your own character thing for like how online is, and it just has a storyline, you know. You can choose your own storyline, even. You can choose to play offline and, you know, go through the storyline, or you could choose to play online with other players and go through the storyline with them. Because then they have a lot more content for online. They can make more shark cards, and the people who just want single player, you know, be left alone, they have that too. And of course, I understand, you know, a lot of people would probably be like, well, I mean, then it's kind of, you know, it's giving your character a background or storyline. But I mean, why not? I mean, there's nothing really wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with playing as a character that already has a background and then making your own story from then on by choosing your own path. They do that a lot in other games. That works. Of course, if it's done too intensely, it can end up with feeling like you are playing as another character that it isn't you. So they'd have to be careful with that. So I'm not entirely sure how well they would work, because it might get people online who like to play with as their own character, might get them upset if they do it too heavily with storyline, and if they don't do heavily enough storyline, then it will probably get the single player guys upset too, because then they'll be like, oh, they've ruined single player. Online guys be like, oh, they've ruined online. So if Rockstar really wants to play it safe, they'll just continue to have single player and online separate. Single player is more of a tutorial, like an advanced tutorial with a storyline for online, and online is online. But people were saying that single player was still ruined because it wasn't as, there weren't that many options like how it was in GTA 4, apparently. I've never actually played that game, but I heard it's pretty good. Yeah. Or you can fly the plane if you want. That's good. Yeah, you see that crate behind us? Yeah, it's been destroyed. None of them have been broken. It just was slightly moved. I mean, it ends up being with the whole thing of, I'm guessing that they're like, oh, he slightly moved it. We have to throw out all the guns now. The boxes are empty anyways. I don't know why we're destroying empty boxes. I don't know if the other boxes that blow up, I don't know if they're empty or not, but I mean, they blow up, so I'm guessing that they're not. I'm guessing they're full of explosives. But I get why they didn't make these boxes blow up, because if they blew up, then it just, you know, causes problems. Because this vehicle would take damage if it blew up. This mission didn't have to involve destroying crates and stuff. It could end up being, you know, a blockade running. You know, collect a trailer and then run through a blockade. Or multiple blockades. Make it to an area where there's just blockades. I either own or used to own one of these cars. I either own or used to own one of these cars. Yeah. I had a Zentorno. I eventually sold it because it didn't fit the rest of the theme in my garage, and I didn't drive it. Plus, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fortified. Again. Alright, you just stay in the gunner seat. Just stay in the gunner seat. I hit a tree. What other one? It will be about a little more than an hour. Not a little more than an hour. A little more than half an hour. Yeah, about 50 minutes. Alright, I want to shoot these guys. Alright, well, the guys in the parking lot, just shoot them. I'm shooting these guys. There we go. Damn it. There we go. Not used to using the revolver. I hate this gun. Why does it even exist? At least in the way it does. The Uzi it's the worst gun in the game. It takes up a machine gun slot, and it's always the default for drive-by shooting. Like, I don't want to use that. I have bought an AP pistol for the exact reason. Like, I don't need Uzi. It's just an annoyance. $206 rounds. Actually, 226 rounds. Like that is not a lot of ammunition. Why is it that whenever I become a CEO, it always just, or seems to always remove the camo colors from my guns? Like, it always makes it black instead of purple. I can't tell if it's done that with this. No, it hasn't done it with this. It's still purple, but like every other time it just becomes purple. Or it's no longer purple, it's black. Just keep on shooting. Yeah, that is really neat. You can stop shooting there. It's really neat just seeing it coming from there, just hitting the ground. Who needs to call in an airstrike from Merryweather when I got my own personal Avenger? And you're able to target things a lot more accurately than Merryweather could. The only sad thing is that the Avenger doesn't have like an auto land, or can I just disengage autopilot mode whenever you're in the cockpit of the vehicle. The parameter between whether or not you can disengage autopilot should not be whether or not you're in the aircraft, and also engaging autopilot too. It should be a parameter of, is it flying in the air for engaging autopilot mode, and is in VTOL mode. If yes, then yes, you can engage autopilot mode. The other parameter being that whenever disengaging autopilot mode is someone in the cockpit? If yes, then you can disengage autopilot mode, even if you're on the ground. Because, I mean, I don't know how you end up on the ground, but it would prevent a glitch from happening to where it's on the ground and it's on autopilot. It looks a lot more neat, or it looks a lot cooler at nighttime though, because it's hidden mostly, and you just see like fire raining down from just nowhere. There's a rocket. Was it just a giant explosion that you saw? Just filling up the entire camera? Even if you hit the RPG, it wouldn't really do anything. Oh yeah! I did it. Yep. Are you able to take off? Yeah. I don't know why it kicks me out. If it doesn't blow up, don't kick me out. What were you doing? Like, why were you pressing those buttons? Okay. Yeah, as you saw, this thing took a lot of rockets. And it didn't even necessarily go down. And only went down because I shot the nacelle. Or the nacelle. So, not sure if that's the correct name for it, but it was propeller thing, but propeller is on with the engine. You in a grass suit? Stop spinning! I hate that the propellers are just so powerful they end up spinning the actual aircraft. What's the lineup on this one? I can't remember which building it is. No, I think it's the other one. Got him. Even though I was really confused at what I was bombing, I still managed to hit him. It's these guys. They're down in that courtyard type area. It's by the palm tree on the far right. Yeah, you got it. Right behind the cop. Right behind the cops. It's in between two trees. Just... I really don't understand their decision to... Oh, we're being bombed? Let's hop out of the vehicle. I mean... I understand, oh, we're being bombed. We're in a vehicle that's gonna blow up, but... you're pretty much dead. Just stay in the vehicle. Why is the ladder blocked off here? Like, there's no way to remove it. Yeah, every single one of those ladders is blocked off. It just... There's an orange ladder, like fire ladder thing, but each one of those ladders is blocked off. It doesn't make any sense as to why it even blocked off. Understand. So stay in. In fact, you can actually fly if you want. Not always. You just merely look at the list and see which one's closest to being available. No, you didn't. You shot it, but it didn't blow up. Don't know how it didn't blow up, but whatever. I was holding a C4 in my hand, and an NPC shot it, and it blew up the truck. So, I don't know. Yeah, there was the same spots that fit, like, at each area of these, there's always the same spots. It's not dynamic. It'd be more annoying if it were dynamic, but at the same time it'd be more interesting if it were dynamic. It'd be more annoying because we can't do this if it's dynamic, but it really wouldn't. It wouldn't be annoying until now, because we had no idea that we were able to do this until now. Oh no! That propeller! Here. Stop moving. Also, let me shoot while I'm in the water. I can pull out a handgun and still shoot. Don't stop shooting. Stop shooting them. Stop shooting. Why? Yes, but the boat was stranded not that long ago. Get in. No, I can get it. Just get in. No. We haven't destroyed all the them. It's a technical aqua. Why? You literally said what it was. You said technical aqua, which means technical water. It's in the name. get back to the water. The boat. I hope they add missions that involve scuba diving. Yeah, I mean, the only time you used it was in the heist, but that's and the second heist, if you're on the submarine team, you infiltrate a submarine and you use scuba gear. No, not the finale. It's the final part of the second one, but it's not the finale. Yeah. Why not? Oh, get out. It's on fire! What? How do I use this gun? Is that what you said? Oh. Just do aiming. The back rotors destroyed. It stupidly blew up whenever I destroyed the last crate. It doesn't usually do that. Not for long. Get in. Just back up. Don't have to back up the whole way. Just, you know, most of the way. Just go out. Go out. So. Go out to there. It's on water. So just continue along the coastline. But you don't have to like be like right along the coastline either. You can go farther out. Yeah, even whenever you get out of range, sometimes it still shows that you're not losing cops. Promptly named the Sea Dragon. What? Here. Well, I landed in the water. It's not so deep water that it would be destroyed. Do you play in first person mode? What? Yeah. So I play in first person whenever on foot, but a lot of other use like an aircraft or in a vehicle. The reason why I play in first person when in an aircraft or a vehicle is not because I can't play in third person, play in first person, because it's more so the fact that I'm at a disadvantage whenever I'm in first person, because shooting out of the vehicle in first person is more limited than it is in third person. If it was limited more in third person, like how it is in first person, yeah, I'd use the first person mode a lot more, because it would allow me to know where I can and cannot shoot. Also, the field of view is just way too small. It's way too low. It needs to be a lot wider, because I can't see what's to the right and left. It looks like I'm just zoomed in all the time. They don't really care too much about people who play first person mode. They only made first person mode because, it was a new console. Next gen. Entice people to go for next gen. But, they could have made it a lot better. And the reason why Rockstar said that they don't really want to make it their game at first person is because they said they don't want to be like every other first person shooter. Which I can understand. But at the same time, whenever they do first person and third person, that's different than every first-person shooter. It's different than third-person shooters. In fact, it makes them even more unique. I mean, except for the fact that Arma does it, but yeah, that's Arma. Very unique too. Their head forward. There's more guys. Right here. Up that shack. It's quite easy. Alright, $400,000. And I need 700,000. The vehicle workshop for the Avenger. Time gonna be on tomorrow? I'm not sure. Gonna be busy for a good amount of it. Good amount tomorrow. Yeah, for a good amount. What if you can save it as part of an outfit, yeah. Definitely. Should be able to keep it. Well, we should be able to. I don't need the rebreather. This really doesn't make sense. I ended up getting a copyright claim from Take-Two Interactive on my videos, even though I don't make any money from videos, and they've never copyright claimed anyone else's videos, which leads me to believe that this isn't actually Take-Two Interactive, because they don't do that stuff. I don't make money on the videos that I make. I don't. It specifically says in my account status, monetization is disabled, and it says that I can't enable it, and I'm eligible, but I haven't enabled it because that requires me to link some type of credit card to it or do something. I don't imagine I'd make too much money anyways. What? Eight views, 4 views, 7 views, 3 views, 2 views, 5 views, 7 views, 4 views, 11 views. I've made up to 37 views. But that was on a video that was it's over a year ago, and it was actually it showed up on someone else's YouTube account because I sent them a video link to it. That's most of the reason why I started putting videos on my YouTube account, was because of this other person. I decided, hey, I'm gonna send you a video, you know, I want you to view this. I am eligible, I just don't have it set to that. I just don't, I don't really care about the only reason why, which I'm streaming right now, the only reason why I upload videos to YouTube is because my girlfriend just wants to watch me live stream. Yeah, friend Damien, you heard him earlier, Neurosonic. Yeah, he makes YouTube videos. It's Neurosonic Gaming. What? He makes YouTube videos. Probably about a few cents per view. And that's only if they watch the ads. So people who skip the ads, or they don't, not really interested in the ads, you don't make any money off of them. You can make upwards in a couple $1 million on YouTube. Of course, though, you need to have an insane number of subscribers, an insane number of views on each and every single video. I mean, you need to, like, every video you make would have to make would have to get 500,000 views, and pretty much everyone would have to watch the ads. And you'd have to have, quite a few of those videos. But It's like, yeah, you could definitely make a couple $1,000,000 off of YouTube. Very unlikely, and there's probably only a few people who've done it, and only for a short time. Most of the time you just make like at normal views, you probably make around $1,000 some per video. That's with normal views. About the only problem why most people fail at YouTube is because they're not interested in it and they only want it for the money, or they aim too high, or they expect too much. That is, you know, aim high and expect to hit low, something like that. Don't expect to make a lot from YouTube. Be expecting that you're gonna fail. But even still, about the only reason why you should be making videos on YouTube is because you want to, not because you think it's gonna make you money. And if it does make you money, then that's great. You know, making money off of something you love. But I personally don't really care about making videos on YouTube without an editor, that is. Okay. Alright. Can you increase your mic volume or move the mic closer? The vehicle's not inside? Yeah. Should be inside that building. Yeah. There you go. Should by the house underneath the little thing. I see, I think. You want to do another mission? Alright, hop out now. Yeah. Come on. My blades went through your parachute. $700,000. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how they make all their money. They're not that bad at pricing things. Could be a lot worse. Yeah, there are a few things that are just completely outlandishly expensive that don't even need to be as expensive as they are. You can buy like the most expensive apartment you can get is $1 million. Well, I mean, there are cars that are more expensive than houses. A good amount of them are actually realistically priced. It's just, do you want them realistically priced, or do you want them to be game priced? I don't know. I think Rockstar just they put themselves in a corner by just make it. It's not that difficult for it's quite difficult for them to add things to the game because of how the game is designed. It's not like they just, you know, say, you know, make another model and then it's in the game. It's just... It just needs to be more variation of missions that can be done in friends-only session. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. For just no real reason. For no reason, they just... About the only reason why they did that was because you started there and they couldn't load it in while you were there. So they had to make you go further away. Oh yeah, in this one, you know, you could have gotten on your way to the other one. Yeah, some people are saying that, but I highly doubt it. Horses don't even exist in this game. There was supposed to be a mission where the three main characters dressed up as clowns, took a clown van, went to Martin Madraza's house, did something, and then rode off on horseback. That was how the mission was supposed to end. Doesn't make any sense, but that was how the mission was supposed to go about. Why does everything become very teal whenever I open my start menu? Odd. Yeah. What? No, I was shooting you. Yes, I was shooting you. The reason why I was shooting at you was just because I could. Well, you do have to ditch the truck. I mean, why'd you get out of it if you didn't have to ditch it? I mean, bail out? Amphibious assault. And it's just mission after mission. Go, go, go. Alright, I got it. It's quite interesting. The only reason why we're going over there is just to check the GPS. I'm out of bombs, so you have to do everything. $20,500 for not really doing that much. All missions are alright. Alright. Just make sure you put your money in your bank account, go to a single player, and then exit out through there, because it won't necessarily save what you got. Yeah, sometimes it has to save the information, and if you just exit straight from online just after you did a mission, what the amount of money you made from that mission, that last mission, unless it's a sell cargo mission, it won't save the money. You don't have to put in your bank account, but it's better to put in your bank account because if you get killed, you don't lose anything. Or if you can't get mugged either. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, quickest and easiest way to make money. You don't really do that much, and you just make money. But that's kind of the problem, though, too, is the fact that you don't do that much, and you make money. Is that, what's the point of playing? You get bored after a certain amount of time. That's why playing with other players is so important. See ya. Just 200,000 away. I'm gonna end this broadcast here. So, yeah, no, I was broadcasting. I'm ending it now. Alright, well, be on my YouTube channel. It's quite obvious is what the name of the YouTube channel is, so. Alright, well. RiderlessHarp47, yep. Yeah. I don't know what the frame goes for, but here, in my broadcast right now. So, goodbye, everyone.